arches surrounding the courtyard we're in. We're at the Roman Theater. Well, there's no way that this is going to capture it. You know, need a big lens. But this is a fairly common, I guess you'd call it an intersection. And in that direction we'll be walking, in another block we'll be crossing a bridge covered with buildings like these. Most of this goes back not that long, a few hundred years. The river here, we're standing over stone with sewer below here and the river below here, and in 1966 everything flooded. They did a lot of rebuilding. One interesting thing is that every taxi cab here, all 8 billion of them, are white Prius cars. And a Prius below 15 miles an hour, here comes one now, a Prius below 15 miles an hour turns into a golf cart with no engine running. So they all go beep, 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 beep all the time, so you can tell they're coming. Okay, in the church, there's no way for this camera to get the scale in here because it's immense. Staggering. It's all marble. And I've seen grander, but not by much. And the preservation of it is amazing. The floors are not to be ignored. It's all inlay, of course. Every inch in here is something. So it's just a riot of color, and it's all stone. They just did this with different colored stones from the quarry, the marbles. So these floor murals of marble, the photograph can't take them all in because of the size. It's, let's see, 15 feet tall and 25 feet wide, all inlaid marble. And the entire church floor is covered with these. See some detail. So, having traveled a little, I would say that is that thing in focus? The Grand Cathedral in Cologne is more overwhelming in size and in detail, but this one is more overwhelming in colors and the use of stone. The stone in here is just amazing what they've done and how they've depicted so much, so many different colors using marble. And this is certainly better than Notre Dame in Paris. Different era. I'm trying to count how many churches are in here, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 different churches. There's a pipe organ over there. Usually you'll have an organ devoted, there's another one over here, to each church within a cathedral back in this era. A lot of breakout prayer rooms, quite a few breakout prayer rooms. And so here is our suite for the next few days. Very, well, I don't know, it's not rustic, it's not rural, it is a bit fancy. Stephanie says it's adequate. She'll live here for forever. I guess that was the word she was using, forever. Here's our garden. And we have a fireplace inside and a fireplace outside. Our private garden here. Everything is roses. There are 13 acres of flowers, which I think I said in another one of these videos.
Private garden.
Private garden. What was that? Pan's Labyrinth or Pan's Retreat or something like that. They have advised us that they're just beginning the mosquito season, so that's a shame. So we won't be sleeping with the door open.
Champagne?
And champagne, right after I do one last room here, we've got the little bathroom. And that's it for headquarters. Okay, what's this place called?
Borgo Santo Pietro.
Yeah, easy for you to say. Borgo Santo Pietro. I'll show you a photo later, you can look it up. That's our room, or whatever you want to call it, over there. We've gone back a few centuries. This is extremely isolated by several miles. Closed private resort, people from around the world. Well, yeah, gated. There's nothing around here because you just stay here and ultra relax. Every month they have a new artist come in residence to give lessons. The one today is from Serbia, lives in Serbia and in Scottsdale, Arizona, and has a artist shack. There are 13 acres of flower beds, not grounds, flower beds alone. 3 restaurants. All the vegetables are grown here on the property. And it's a spa, yeah, it's a spa, has all that kind of stuff. And the best way to show it, because it's just grand, it goes on and on and on and on, is I'll have to do a series of short videos. What we've done now is we're coming in the main drive. The place even makes its own electricity, has a generator outside there. Coming through the main drive, and I will show you as we get up to the office. Over and out. Okay, so the entry courtyard to walk into the main hall. I have no idea here. It looks like a bunch of the guests are like international writers that are taking a little time off or writing their next book, and the artist, and they have musicians drop in. Just a sitting room within which to sit. So we've already met this Serbian artist, and he has already written us a note with his contact information to drop in and visit him when we are in Scottsdale. I wouldn't try to pronounce his name, but you can look him up. There are a lot of articles written about him in the Scottsdale News. And then we come over this way. We start heading to, there's a wine tasting room downstairs. Here's the part I like. A nice kitchen. They have cooking classes, different types. Pasta, of course. Hi. And then when we step out from the kitchen, one of the dining areas, and refinishing the chairs. And of course, they bring in specialists to get them to retain their look of being proper period. When I said we're out there, there's nothing around here. Vineyards. And welcome to the Tuscan hillsides. You can just begin to see the pool. And the setting for the pool is very nice. Okay, we've gone 100 yards to going through more of this labyrinth, and then the farm, vegetable garden. Let's see, tennis court, flower house, farm palazzo, herbal garden. This goes like a quarter mile or something. This entire place is surrounded by stone walls, high gates. Not that there's anything here to get in the way. We have gardens. Little places, little retreats to just sit and contemplate your navel. Listen to the peaceful sounds of my crunching feet. And then we come to the spa. More to come. Okay, then we come to the spa. I'm doing these in short, like minute and a half videos because otherwise the upload would just go on and on and on. Out here is where you can get your massage. Massage is included, which is a waste on me, but it's part of the deal here. And the spa has a sitting room and then 2 private spa rooms where they do who knows what. So here's this nice garden area within which to relax and get healthy and refreshed. Didn't that sound nice? Now we go in here. And we're in the spa. Room 1. Room 2 must be in use. Nice sitting area. Apparently they go around and light all these fireplaces every night, including in our room. That is Princess Quan Chi. She's the deity of peaceful things. And this is, they call this their pond, and I don't know how they differentiate because I've been to several ponds. They have frogs here. I asked if they had a bullfrog. They'd never heard a bullfrog. I tried to tell them, and they understood. They don't have a bullfrog. They do have lily pads, however. And they have small frogs. They get some beautiful lily pads. If one is into lily pads. So what a difference, huh? Here from Florence with its 24-hour-day Hong Kong, hey Tony, wee you, all day and all night. I think that's about it for now. Probably lost by now. Every place is, the whole idea is just relax, let go of everything. So everywhere you look, there's a little bench or a little shelter. Listen to the bees. So that you can recover from whatever, which in my case is driving in Italy. I think I need a few days of this just to recover from driving in Italy. These people are nuts. Okay. So I guess if any of us have an idea in our mind, which is a pretty good place to have an idea of what the Tuscany countryside must look like, this is the view from Pienza. These are all hill towns, and they're basically what they are is castle villages, so they can be protected all the way around. And then the entire village, those things are so noisy, the entire village is within the walls. little narrow streets, which I've been driving that little Fiat Panda all over. Okie dokie. Now in Montepulciano, which if it sounds the same as the wine, there's a reason for that. Not a coincidence. And we're considerably more south now. We're about 100 miles north of Rome. And this is the view from our new room. We are in the center of town, which isn't easy to do in Little Montepulciano because it's up on a hill again. But this is from one end looking out over the super valley. And you have to do a lot of hairpin turns to drive into this area. But fortunately, we have provided parking with this little room of ours. And then this is also the view from our room in the other direction. And looking, it's also, this is the Piano Valley. So one's the Super Valley, and this is the Piano Valley. I hear church bells going, but around here that doesn't mean anything. There are always church bells going. Tourists everywhere, including operating this camera. I can even see my little panda car down there. Now you see why they call it a panda. She's a little black and white thing. 8,000 miles a gallon. Remember those airplanes we had when we were kids made out of balsa wood, and you'd wind up a rubber band till it had 2 knots and then even 3 knots if you had a lot of guts? That's the engine that's in this little Fiat. Well, we're sitting on a 200-year-old, we're in Montepulciano still, having a refreshment, and sitting on a 200-year-old wrought iron porch or deck or whatever that's set into 600-year-old stone. What could go wrong? So this is the back side of the buildings that the public does not see, unless they're stupid enough to sit on a 200-year-old wrought iron deck that's set into 600-year-old stone. And then they do see it until it falls off, and then they don't have the ability to tell anybody about it. But highly desirable. Seeing the view is amazing. It goes on and on and on. Vineyards just everywhere. That's what's all wine country. Well, day tripping in the car, and this is Largo something or other, whatever it is. I'm sure it ends in an IA. And It's as far south as we're going to get. About 60 miles north of Roma. And not going to go all the way into Rome because, for one thing, that's not what this trip is about. And for another, Rome is one of two places in the world where I do not drive. Been there, done that, not going to do it again. But, you know, you can go down to Rome and you can do the on-off all day red bus, which is great. You can see a lot of stuff, but you need the whole day. And it's from Rome back to Montepulciano is about 2.5 hours, and this is a Friday traffic. Rome is a population of 3 million, so not a good idea to get involved in that. But we've seen a lot of cool things so far today, and from here we'll just turn around and go back through all of the billions of vineyards that are all over the place, and of course olive trees everywhere you look, just olive trees, which is wonderful because I've been drinking olive oil like glasses of water. It's terrific. So much for Largo something or other. Okay, now in Lyon, France. Old Town, our hotel is at, I was going to say multicolor, but everything is multicolor here. It almost looks like a movie set. And it's considered quiet right now because it's a Sunday afternoon. But not so quiet. Lots of cute places. I don't know, we just came across it, so here we are. And the question is, how did they know it was my birthday? And we just left a honey shop, and now we are in the soap shop, which, curiously enough, sells soap. Interesting thing in here. The walls are made of soap. If the sprinkler system ever goes off, this place is going to be really clean. Ah, I just noticed that. You can practice with washing up. There's always a line at a boulangerie. And there's a reason for that. So the hotel concierge said that it's a quiet day because it's Sunday. So if this is quiet, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like tomorrow. And you can't see from the elevation here, but the river is right over there. And this is I'm not sure what this is, a lot of chocolates. This whole area seems to have a lot of candy, confections, mustards, and over here is interesting. These are alcohols, various flavored alcohols. I'm not quite sure what you do with them. Okay, so we're in Lyon, and Roman ruins which are in use today, dating to 43 BC. They say that for 400 years this was the hub of city activity, and this is the most significant Roman theater in all of France. And we're looking out over all of Lyon. And then we're going up to that basilica where I sing my song, I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my gold-plated Jesus standing over my basilica.